Season 9 is coming to Hearthstone Battlegrounds on December 3rd. Trinkets will be removed, 90 plus new cards will be added, and you'll even have the option to reroll your heroes for 25 cents each. Wow. Okay, I'm not here to talk about Blizzard's questionable monetization tactics. In this video, I'm just gonna rank every single new comp in Season 9 Battlegrounds so you guys know what to play and what to avoid. Let me know in the comments what you agree with and what you disagree with. I want to know your thoughts as well. Let's get right into it. Starting off with Nagas. The last few patches, Nagas have been pretty terrible, so let's see how good or bad this tribe is. I think the theme of Nagas is going to be effects that are like improved by every 4 spells you've cast this game. For example, Spellcraft give a minion 1/1 improved by every 4 spells you cast this game. I don't think casting spells is that easy. I think you can maybe cast like 4 to 8 spells per turn realistically. There's one comp, it seems, revolving around Showy Cyclist. It has Death Rattle, give your Nagas 1/1 improved by every 4 spells you've cast this game. I think by like turn 7, maybe you've cast like 20 spells. Let's just say it gives your Naga +5/+5. I mean, a straight comparison would be to 3 low Quilboars, although I think 3 low Quilboars is like a million times better than Showy Cyclist because it's just so much easier to scale. So I think this card is pretty trash, honestly. I don't see this card getting more than +10/+10, whereas 3 little Quilboars, like you can easily get your gems to +5/+5 like no problem, and even bigger. So Death Rattle Nagas, I don't think it will be a thing. There's like no other scaling card really in this tribe other than Groundbreaker. So Groundbreaker, after you play a Naga, gain 1/1 improved by every 4 spells you've cast this game. I mean, like I said, I don't see you casting more than like 40 spells in a game. So by the turn you get Groundbreaker, it's probably going to be after you play a Naga, gain +5/+5. My immediate thought is compare it to Theatar. You're basically playing single Theatar. And is Theatar good? No, it's not. So I think Groundbreaker is really bad. Theatar is better because at least you can scale good units like Corrupted Murloc and Cleave, so it's like better. I'd rather go double Theatar than double Groundbreaker. I don't see double Groundbreaker being very good. I think the entire Naga tribe is trash, so yeah. I'm not even kidding, there's literally no other scaling cards. Like, it's only Showing Cyclist or Groundbreaker. They removed Deep Blue Zesty, they removed Lore of Games, remove Athissa. Like, I think this tribe is not very good. So the next tribe we'll look at is Elementals, and I'm pretty confident that Elementals will also be F tier. This tribe does not look good. Basically, Elementals now have only one strategy, and that's to buff the tavern and scale the tavern. And there's kind of only one way to do that, and that's Nomi. The question is Nomi good? Because that's the entire comp. The entire tribe is using Nomi to buff elementals in the shop. Is that good? I think Nomi sucks because recycling rate is gone. Okay, I think the entire tribe just sucks because recycling rate is gone. Like, it's just a bad tribe without recycling rate, okay? Lil Rag, it was okay. It was pretty bad, but it was at least acceptable because recycling rate was in the game, okay? Tavern Tempest, Elemental, like, you really like these cards because recycling rate is in the game, but especially Nomi, okay? If you're playing Nomi without recycling rate, I don't care if it's Tavern 5, 4, 3, it's bad, okay? So Nomi, I think, is going to be really bad. The payoff cards for Nomi are not that bad. Like, Ichiran is not that bad, or how do you pronounce it? Ikoran, whatever. Okay, this Twilight Primordian card, isn't this like very bad? Give an elemental 2 to improve by each other minion you play this turn. You know, I would not think this card is that bad. Guess what? Recycling rate was in the game, okay? But it's not. So the entire tribe is gone. Before we get into a B tier, let me show you guys the new mobile game I've been playing, Arcane Rush, the sponsor of today's video. This game is free to play, and you can support the channel by downloading it through my sponsored link or scanning the QR code. Back to the video. Arcane Rush is a new Battlegrounds game where you collect units and you master them and try to come up with creative new strategy. You have 100 plus cards from 7 different races. Each race has its own mechanic. For example, demons care about discarding cards, undead will revive themselves, and so on. But my favorite tribe is orcs, where you can add effects such as multi-strike, which allows your orcs to attack twice, and rage, which makes it so that they can't fall below 1 HP while attacked. It's got great art, and the game feels smooth and clean, making it perfect for any TCG and hero collector game enthusiasts. The thing that really separates this game from others is that there are unique relics that you get every time you level, which gives your board a strong effect. There's also the daily quest and battle pass that will help you a lot with gaining resources that will help you upgrade your cards. The game has some pretty massive updates this month. There will be a new tribe, which are pirates. There will also be 70 new cards and a new dealer. He will introduce all of those new cards, which will enable you to explore new synergies and combos in the game. I've played this game for quite some time, and I want to show you guys some of my favorite cards while playing Arcane Rush. Whenever Dracoth Stormborn attacks, it deals its attack damage to all enemies, and when you add effects such as multi-strike and range to it, it'll attack twice and destroy their entire board in one go. Alright, let's get into the B tier, and the first comp that I think is in the B tier are Murlocs. So Murlocs kind of revolve around bonus keywords. You basically want Divine Shield, Stealth, Reborn, Venom on your board, and then it benefits from that. You have payoff cards such as Hackerfin, give your other minions 2/2 for each bonus keyword they have. Fountain Chiller, give a friendly Murloc +2/+1, improved by each bonus keyword you have. But I think the best card, the single card that carries Murlocs, and if this card didn't exist, this tribe would easily be F tier, is Neon Agent. Divine Shield Windfear, whenever this attack gets a random Battlecry minion. Not only is it Lassomatic, but better, because I think random Battlecries are better than random spells. It also counts as 2 keywords, so it makes every Hackerfin insane. And obviously, you can use Fountain Chiller to target the Neon Agent, and it's going to be really big. Honestly, you don't even have to play Murloc, you just have Neon Agent and Brand, run Hackerfins and Fountain Chillers, and yeah, whatever. Murkeye Hackerfin is also going to be pretty solid. Murkeye Prowlfin, you know, the typical generate Murloc stuff and buff end on Belchers. There's no base kill, which is a bit sad. Also, I think it's B tier just because if you don't have Brand, the entire tribe is dead. As you can see, there's not a single scaling card in Murloc that function without Brand. If you get the Brand, the tribe's good. If you don't, it's terrible. But yeah, pretty much carried by Neon Agent. The next comp in B tier, I think, are Pirates. And they're removing Tethys, but they're still trying to keep Pirates' identity of APM Pirates, or like cycling a bunch of card Pirates, which is kind of weird because you remove the most important cards for that comp, which are Tethys and Wraith. So how good can APM Pirates be without recycling Wraith or Tethys? I don't think it'll be that good. However, some of the cards are really good, okay? So Dual Wield Corsair, whenever you spend 5 gold, give 2 friendly Pirates +4/+4. I think this card is very, very good, okay? It's not necessarily that you run a full board of Pirates. You just have like 2 Dual Wield Corsairs, or you just have Corsair plus Cleave or Corsair plus Atrocity or whatever. You leave it on your board and it's really good. I think Peggy is going to be very good. Peggy Shipwright, because Peggy is on Tower 3 and it was pretty good on Tower 4. So you just have 2 Peggys or Peggy Shipwright and you just cycle stuff, and it seems pretty good, honestly. But as a tribe, you're going to run out of gold, right? Because you just can't go infinite anymore. Sure, you have the Bloom Grifter card. It's whenever you get 4 Pirates, increase your maximum gold by 1. But at the same time, I think this card is a bit slow. I don't really like it. Death Rattle Pirates, obviously, still going to be pretty solid. Yeah, basically, I think APM Pirates are questionable at best. I'm putting it at B tier. It might be F tier, but I think it's carried by Peggy and Corsair. I think these 2 cards are so good. It might give you a reason to just buy a bunch of Pirates. Like, you buy Gambler, and Free Dealing Gambler is a pretty big deal too. So you can just buy sell every Free Dealing Gambler. You can buy sell every Grifty Headhunter, and basically what Grifty Headhunter does is you buy it, you sell it, you get a contract, and the contract is basically an enchanted lasso for Pirates only. So it steals a random pirate from the tavern. So I mean, there's merit to the comp. You're going to run out of gold. It's going to play differently, so maybe the mobile players will rejoice. I don't know. Yeah, no more APM. Alright, next up in the B tier, I think, are Beasts. And Beasts kind of got this new identity, and that identity is Beetle. So self-damage beasts are just gone and it's replaced by Beetle. So there's Buzzing Vermin, Death Rattle Summon 2/2 Beetle. There's Forest Rover, Battlecry, your Beetles have +2/+1. In my opinion, the core card for this comp, which is Turquoise Skitter, Death Rattle, your Beetles have 1/2 this game. And basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to run Macaw plus Turquoise Skitter plus Titus and scale your Beetles. Okay, the question is, how good is this? I don't know. I don't see your Beetles getting that big. Like, you have Macaw, Skitter, Titus, that's like +8 to your Beetles every turn. If you have like Golden Macaw, that's, I don't know, +6, +12 to your Beetles every turn. Basically, I think your Beetles will at most be like 50, 100s, maybe. So you're basically summoning a bunch of 50, 100 Beetles. How many of them you can summon? Well, if you have Nest Swarmer, that's that'll summon 3 Beetles. You can summon like 6 of them. And if you're running Macaw, Skitter, Titus, whatever, I think you'll summon around 10 Beetles per turn. Is summoning 10, 50, 100 beetles good? Not really. It's not really enough to win the game. At least maybe in trinket meta, maybe normally it is, but I could see it being better. I could see it being average. I think it's pretty average, so I'm just gonna put it B tier. Oh, and also I forgot to mention Runed Progenitor. Event 4, your beetles have +2/+2 this game. Death Rattle summon a 2/2 beetle. I think this card is pretty bad. Sure, you can run Mecha Horse and proc the advantage of it, but if you're putting this in a beetle clump, your beetles are just gonna be big and valid trade and you'll never get avenge value, so this card does not seem very good. I think Turquoise Skitter Macaw Titus is the way to go, and the golden comp is still the same. Next up, I also think dragons are going to be in the B tier. So the thing with dragons is start of combat dragons are going to be gone and replaced by end of turn dragons, and we've seen end of turn dragons before. We have Razorgore, and Razorgore used to be 1/1. It got buffed to 1/2. It's a pretty good buff. I like it. We have Nether Drake. At the end of the turn, give your dragons +1 attack and upgrade this, and it goes to from 1 to 2 to 3. I think it's going to be very, very good if you have Drakari, but pretty bad if you don't have Drakari. So I don't know, this entire tribe seems reliant on Drakari so far. I don't think that makes it very good, because if you miss Drakari, your comp's just dead. I also think another problem with this tribe is you can see you have Nether Drake, you have Drakari, you have Nightbane, and Nightbane's a really good card. Death Rattle, give 2 friendly minions this minion's attack. It's a really good card, but you have so much, you're gonna have so much attack, but the only way to get health is pretty much Hunter Gathers. You have like a lot of attack, you have like mediocre health, and the only way to get Divine Shields is Nadina. It's not showing, but Nadina is in the game. It's a Tavern 6, shields 3 dragons. It's pretty good. I just think the tribe has too much attack and too little health. Also, you need a 6-drop to get Divine Shields, which is not that consistent, because previously you can Divine Shield your entire board with either Sunscreener or Amber Guardian, and Amber Guardian is a big deal. Amber Guardian is now removed. So without Amber Guardian, I can't see how having so much attack on your dragon can really be that good. Oh, and Caligos got buffed. Honestly, pretty big deal. Caligos might be really good now. Okay, let's get into the tribes which I think are A tier, and we'll first evaluate Demon. Didn't change that much in terms of identity, but I guess they're more incentivized to cast Tavern spells now. Big bro, after you cast this Tavern spell, minions in the Tavern have 1/1 this. Oh, this turn? Oh, I thought it was this game. This turn is pretty bad. Baddie Terror Guard, after you cast the Tavern spell, another friendly demon consumes a minion in Tavern to gain a stat. So this card is the card that's replacing Urzel. I think it's a very good card. I mean, it might be even better than Urzel, honestly, because typically your demon setup has like, in terms of spell demons, you have Golden Wrathweaver, Archimond. Because you have those 2 cards, every single demon you play will discount your next Tavern spell by 2, which is like kind of insane. So you can cycle Chef's Choice and Telescopes and stuff and buy the next spell for free. That could go pretty insane with Terror Guard. I guess Big Brother would fit in this clump. I'm not a fan of it, so I guess the only way, the major way to buff your shop is Felonmental. So we use Rylak Felonmental. I mean, even Felonmental is not that good. I'm gonna move demons down to B tier. I think Baddie Terror Guard is really good. I think all of the demon cards are really good. Unfortunately, I think scaling the shop is too difficult. So before, like in trinket meta, you would scale the shop most of the time through your trinket. So you would take Glowing Gauntlet or you would take Felba Portrait. Now that it's so much harder to scale a shop, you need like Rylak Felonmental. I honestly struggle to see this tribe, at least this new spell comp, being very good. You probably have to lean more in towards Wrathweaver, Archimond, Tichondrius in order to scale a lot. I don't know, seems very hard to pull off consistently. Demons also get a B tier then. Okay, let's talk about Undead, and I think Undead are going to be A tier. Also, I like how Corpse Refiner lost the Pirate tag and is now Corpse Recycler. Anyways, Undead didn't change that much also in terms of identity. The Overflow Undead stuff is still here. The tag scaling Undead is still here. But I think what really makes Undead good this season is one card, Deathly Striker. Deathly Striker is so good. It's a 6-drop 7/7, get a random undead, summon it from your hand for this combat only. That's honestly kind of crazy. Not only do you get economy, you get like 2 to 3 undeads every single turn, and you summon it, so it's like really good board strength. You're scaling attack, like they didn't remove any attack scaling cards. Champion of the Primus is still in, the Nubrak is still in. I mean, honestly, Deathly Striker is just so good. that Undead is like A tier at least. I wouldn't be surprised if this card single-handedly carried Undead to S tier. It's basically everything in one card. Insane tempo too. It's not even like a little bit of tempo. And Undead were not even that bad before. Undead gets an A tier. But let's see what I think are going to be the S tier. So the first tribe I think that will be S tier are Mechs. I think kind of a hot take, I don't know. This could be just A tier, but I think Mechs are going to be really good. And let's explain why. So I think Mechs are going to be carried by one card, and that card is Hollow Rover. I think Hollow Rover is so good that the entire tribe becomes good because of it. Hollow Rover is a 4-8 Divine Shield whenever attacks get a random magnetic. So you might think of Scrap Scraper, but I think it's just better than Scrap Scraper, okay? First of all, it's Divine Shield, so it's just stronger. Second of all, you can run Charging Sarina with it and scale it, and it's like pretty good tempo anyways. Like it's not going to be a tempo loss to run it, whereas Scrap Scraper is usually a tempo loss to run it. There's also a new magnetic, Wind Fury magnetic, so you can Wind Fury the Hollow Rover and then it attacks twice. Not only that, you can even reborn the Hollow Rover, so it attacks twice and then reborns and attacks another, so you get like at least three magnets per turn, and you probably have 2 of them, so you get like 6 magnets per turn. And then you level to 6 and you find Dr. Broom's monster and you're getting 6 magnets per turn, and you have a Cortron, so you have like 1,000,000 gold. Dr. Broom's monster will be plus 30 plus 30, and then you put the plus 3 magnetics onto, I mean, you could put on Hollow Rover, but you can also just put on Holy Mech Rolls, and your Holy Mech Rolls will be like 100s. I mean, it'll just be insane, I think. So like, I don't even care about this Monsteel Juggernaut card. At the end of turn, get a 3/3 magnetic and improve this. Like I honestly don't care. It's just Hollow Rover. You find Hollow Rover, you generate like 1,000,000 magnetic, you find 1,000,000 Dr. Boom's monster, you put them on mech rolls or deflectobots, and then you win the game. So I think that will be S tier. If you don't find Hollow Rover, you probably can't play mech. It's whatever. That's why I think mechs are S tier. But what I think will be the best tribes in the game are Quilboars. So Quilboars are kind of keeping everything. They're keeping gem scaling, they're keeping Prophet of the Boar, and Prophet of the Boar is like an insanely good card for Quilboars. Like this card, honestly, I'm surprised it's staying. It's like way too good. Okay, let's go over why Quilboars are going to be so broken, okay? Argument number 1, Crystal Infuser is way too good. So you have Crystal Infuser, right? Choose one, Death Rattle, get 2 gems. So you pick Death Rattle, get 2 gems, okay? You find another one, you pick Death Rattle, get 2 gems. You find a third one, you pick Death Rattle, get 4 gems. You have one card that adds 8 gems to your hand. You don't even need Titus or anything. I mean, that's just already way too good. Okay, you find a Gem Rat. So Gem Rat, at the end of your turn, get a Gem Day. I mean, why is that so good? The issue with Quilboars used to be you need the Piper or you need the Jazzer, and if you don't find either one, you're going to be lacking attack or health. Well, that's no longer an issue thanks to Gem Rat, because you can choose whether to buff 1 attack or 1 health to your gems every turn. So you find 2 Gem Rats, you buff it's basically a pokey. I mean, that's just broken. Fearless Foodie, it was already a good card, it just got buffed. I mean, that's pretty broken. Boar Gamer, at the end of your turn, get a random choose 1 spell or card. Choose 1 cards are Quilboars anyway, so I mean, that's pretty broken. Thorn Trailblazer, 1 choose card each turn has both effects combined. I mean, that sounds pretty good too, honestly. Bongo is whatever, Thriller Quilboars, whatever. There's Salty Hog, whenever you add 3 cards to your hand, give your minions 1/1. I mean, that honestly does not seem that good. I think it's pretty mid. What I think is a good card is Turbo Hog Rider. After you play a choose 1 card, play a blood gem on all your Quilboars. And yeah, you're gonna be playing a lot of choose 1 cards because you're gonna have your Golden Prophet, you're gonna buy every choose 1 Quilboar, you're gonna have a Crystal Infuser that generates 8 gems per turn. I mean, it'll be insane. There's even Chameleon. You can copy your big Tough Tusk using Chameleon or whatever. Quilboars were already one of the best tribes in the game, and they just made it better. So I think Quilboars will be S tier. Thanks for watching, everyone. This is the final tier list. I mean, let me know whether you agree or disagree. I think Quilboars and Mechs will be insane. Undead will be just as good as before, even better probably. And the other tribes are pretty lackluster. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video.